Welcome to an NCAA.com March Madness Skype session. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Cameron Young from Quinnipiac, who on Sunday scored an NCAA Division I 2018-19 record this season of 55 points. That is a MAC record in a 107-100 triple overtime win at Siena. Cam, phenomenal numbers. First of all, just take a step back about just putting into perspective that performance. Now that you've had a night to sleep on it, what do you think of what you accomplished and this team in winning in triple overtime?
Definitely the win was easily the biggest part of the day, but being able to go out there and score 55 points was crazy. I mean, even having a day to think about it is still something that's like crazy to me that I even went out there and did that.
You were obviously feeling it. I'm looking at your numbers here. You were 9 of 13 on threes, 15 of 24 overall, grabbed 10 rebounds in 53-plus minutes. Why didn't you get fatigued at all?
I just think just the flow of the game, going into being up 20, kind of blowing a lead and, going into late regulation and into the overtimes, momentum's already going, everything's already up from there. So it's you're not really going to get fatigued in those moments.
Look, Marcus Howard, I don't know if you've been paying attention. He's put up some numbers. He's had 53 in a game. You topped that with 55. How well aware were you during the course of this game that you were eclipsing 50 points?
To be honest, I actually didn't know at all. After halftime, the stats actually weren't up on the Jumbotron, so like everything was zeroed out. So I actually didn't know how many points I had until the end of the game.
When you saw that number, what'd you think?
I was still the same as right now. I'm still in shock. I was shocked then. I thought maybe I had about 40, 41, 42 points, but to hear 55 is crazy.
All right, so what's the most you think you've scored in a game prior to that, just in your life?
Actually, this year I scored 33 in a MAC game. Before that, high school, my 19 was my career high in high school. So, that was a legit career high.
So, look, I saw you guys, I don't know if you remember this, last year down in the Paradise Jam that was relocated to Liberty. And, look, Baker Dunleavy's trying to get his guys in. He was waiting for some transfers to get eligible. You were a transfer as well. So the team hadn't really come together last season the way it has now. You guys are in first place. What's been the biggest difference right now with this group?
I think having all of our returners back from last year and struggling last year, losing some close games, especially even down there at Paradise when we lost to Colorado at the buzzer. I think, games like that kind of fueled us and got us ready for this year to be able to close out some of those tight games. So we were in, same amount of tight games we were last year, but this year we were able to, finish out a lot more than we were then.
You made this decision, obviously, to transfer there. When you think back to the way your career started, coming out of high school, not going D1 at first, put into perspective, though, your journey to get to this point, to be a senior at Quinnipiac, to put up numbers like this, to now be leading a team that could get to the NCAA tournament.
And, it's kind of crazy to even think about. I mean, I started playing basketball my 9th grade year of high school. So, kind of later than a lot of people. But just my journey from there, to being on junior varsity to, moving up my junior and senior year of high school. And then, of course, going to junior college for 2 years and then having to, sit out my first year here and then being blessed with this opportunity when Coach Dunleavy was hired. So it's just a crazy journey, to be honest.
Now, to score that many points, you got to get shots. We just, detailed your stats, but also your teammates have to empower you and be okay with that. Walk me through that process to where everyone was okay with you having the hot hand and just keep feeding you and allowing you to just bury those kind of shots.
I think that's just kind of how we play as a team. There's certain guys who, have their nights. I mean, I remember last year, Rich Kelly, our point guard, had a 40-point game, we kept going to him. I think I might have had 30 in that game as well. But, just kind of, going off of whoever's taking charge at the time.
All right, so Cam, we'll see if this gets eclipsed the rest of this season. Probably doubtful. But we know this. You, in some form, are going to be in the record books. This will be a memorable moment for you, for Quinnipiac, in the MAC. Just digest that for a second. What that means to you, that in some form or fashion, this performance will be remembered for quite some time.
Yeah, that's just, amazing to even think about that, like 55. I mean, just like even saying like I had my career high this year, 33, and, be able to, get 55 in a win yesterday and, being remembered, that's something that, will always sit with me.
Well, Cam, appreciate it. Congrats. Now go get that AQ and get out of the MAC so you can showcase it on the bigger stage in March.
Yes, sir. Thank you.